Hi, I'm Jeff Flateau, the Cookie Man. I've been in the food business for over 30 years, and one thing I can tell you for certain, you never know what's coming around the bend. While it's the food that may have brought you to our show, it's the people and their stories that'll keep you coming back for more. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Welcome to another episode of That's the Way the Cookie Crumbles. We're here at the corner market in Midtown with a good friend of mine, Forrest Roberts, who operates the stores, all the corner markets. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you,
yes,
Jeff.
sir.
Thank you for having me.
So thank you. We've been excited about this show, and the Roberts have a rich history in Hattiesburg, and we're going to dive into that immediately. So tell us who founded the Roberts Company.
Well, actually, my dad founded it. In 1969, he built his first store in Hattiesburg. It was on West Pine Street, across from Ryan Motors, if you're familiar with that.
Yep.
And he operated then as the corporation. It was Pick Pack Deli. He had a bunch of Pick Pack convenience stores. That was the name of them.
Really?
And after he opened his grocery store, he got a partner, Bob Martin, and they formed R&M Foods, which we operated under R&M Foods until 2000, and I bought out. Miss Martin retired, and I bought him out, and that's when we formed the Roberts Company.
Okay.
So, Roberts Company has been around since 2000.
So Roberts Company actually started in convenience stores.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now, if you can
It's
look around,
to what it is.
yeah, it's evolved to a really fine store here. The best stores in the area. You can look back and see back here. We'll show you some shots later, but really nice. I shop here. My wife shops here. So yes, sir. And it's a good store. So they have just about everything that you need for cooking and other things. So, what year did you start?
Wow, Jeff. When I was in high school, this is the only job I've ever had. So when I was 14, 15 years old, I was bagging groceries at the store on West Pine, and just bagged groceries and got buggies and swept the floors and did whatever the manager told me to do, basically. And then you just worked my way up all through high school and college. And after I graduated from college, I was full time.
So you've never gone anywhere else to work but here?
No.
You mentioned you were in political science, is that right? And,
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with the grocery business.
I knew what I was going to do when I got out of college.
Did you take that just for the pleasure of it, that you enjoyed it, or?
It was easy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we're being honest.
Yeah.
I was in it too, and I liked it, but I thought I was going to law school, but didn't. But you already planned it. Yeah.
And it's helped me through business.
I think so. I think it's got a lot of attributes that you can apply to it, obviously. So you've been very successful at it. When did y'all start doing sunflower stores? Because that's where I first came in.
First store, and we operated as Sunflower, and we built, my dad and Mr. Martin built a nice, they expanded from that one store to 15, 20, 50, up to 15.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to do a fresh store, so in 2000 is when the corner market was on, and I wanted to focus on freshness, variety, local, local, whatever farmers had around Hattiesburg, and that's basically what my customers were telling me they want, and really it evolved around listening to my customers.
Did you see like trends in the U.S. and other places before?
Yeah,
Did you see?
I went all over. Robert St. John actually came up with the name.
Really?
Yeah, we would travel around. We would go, looking at grocery stores all over. It's like, wow, that'd be neat if you could do that. And that would be neat if you could do that.
Yeah.
So I didn't try to reinvent the wheel. I just tried to take parts of what I would see and try to implement it.
Yeah.
Some of it worked, but some of it didn't.
So the names was like the old corner market that used to be in your neighborhood. You'd go to the corner market, and so basically that's it.
He said, that store is on the corner. Why don't you just call it Corner Market?
Yeah, that was smart. Sometimes simplicity is the best, right?
Creative things like that.
No doubt about it. No doubt. So, store-wise, how many of you guys operate today?
We have 19, and we're working on our 20th on Lincoln Road here in Hattiesburg. it should be open 1st of May if everything goes well.
And the store on Hardy, it was a Sunflower. It's now a Corner Market.
Yes, and we've changed the name, but we hadn't started remodeling the inside. We've done a little exterior work, put a new sign up, but after we finish Lincoln Road, we're going to get busy on that store.
And you're also, so you're in Jackson now too, so tell us about the Jackson stores.
It's been a good market for us. We've had it a little over a year and a half, and the stores fit our market. They're in good little neighborhoods. They're established. The community has accepted us very well, and we've remodeled one, and we're working on the next one. And all in all, I think it was a good move.
And those were those some of the McDade stores, or is that
McDade's operated those stores for many years. And were very successful, and he was ready to retire.
Yeah.
And it took another owner in there, but we worked the deal and got him. So
I heard about it through the grapevine. Yes,
okay.
yeah.
You know how to deal with it.
That's right. Well, that's great. I think the important thing is, I think you'll agree, is that you've got a good framework in your store, so you can take that to different areas. It doesn't really matter if you find the right fit. You can take that in there, and you can go and plop it down, and it'll work if you got the right people.
That's what I was just thinking. We've done Mike's out and David's son, and all our people, our team, have done a really good job building teams and building bench strength is what we call it. Having, if you're going to get a new store, having somebody who's ready to step in and run it, have a good management team, and all the departments. You got to do that in every department.
Yeah.
You got to have the bakery deli, the meat department, the produce department.
Well, this place is huge. You got to have a lot of people working because there's a lot of you've got live items.
We're up now, I think, a little over 1,200.
Really? And so, how many work in this store like at one time in a shift? Do you?
Don't get that.
40?
Yeah.
Because you've got live products. You got
about 150 to 175 people.
When you have things that have a shelf life,
right,
it's tough, and you got to your produce. You can lose a lot of money on produce. You got to watch it.
We've got some, like you say, we're trying to cull everything and make sure it's fresh and what the customer needs.
Well, like I said, we shop here, and there's no doubt that happens. There's lots of mistakes that can be made, and you guys minimize those mistakes. And I know you have them because we all do, but
that's business and the grocery business.
But I think you're cognitive of what's going on, and you care about your customer. What's the motto of your brand? What's the motto of?
We have a motto, but don't give me the.
Yeah. What's the gist of the motto? Yeah. Don't worry about the handbook.
It's just treat people like you want to be treated. If a customer's looking for something, ask them. And then take them to where it is. Don't say it's over on aisle 3. Just take them over there. And that means a lot, I think, for a customer. And I hope we stress that, and I hope our associates are doing that.
Yeah, well, I think they are. What about buying local? I know you guys stress that. I know you use companies like produce companies. You use my company. I know that when somebody
you're a good successful store for us. When you came to us, and I found out I'd seen your product in the gourmet stores.
Yeah.
Gift shops.
Right.
And I knew that I knew you from I followed you barbecue places
for better or for worse.
Yeah, so I knew who you were, and when you approached me, I said, "Shoot, we'd love to have you. You're local. You're still in Petal.
Still in Petal.
Yeah, your bakery's in Petal, and I thought that was. But we've got so many success stories with local people.
Tons.
Frankie Brian, our produce, he's one of our local farmers. His whole family is on the farm, and he brings us the awesome okra, squash, zucchini, bell peppers, and it's all grown on his
here,
farm.
yeah, locally. So it's not being touched by 1,000 people.
It was big the day he brings it.
Yeah,
and he counts on us now.
Yeah,
we're part of his business model. Mike Stonington from Hopper.
I know Mike. Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah.
Well,
that's a great product.
He came to us with sells grass-fed beef.
Yeah.
And so we sat down. We got him in touch with the USDA slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
It had to be inspected, and we've been selling his grass-fed for probably over 10 years.
That's a great little operation down there,
Yeah, it is. It's
close to Wiggins.
That's a great store. But there's so many. I could go on and on about local people, salsa people, just pepper jelly people.
Yeah.
That come in with their product.
The word on the street is if somebody comes in and says, "I want Grumpy Man salsa," then you'll go out and get
that's
it.
That's what I was thinking.
If you go into a store in another, in a larger city, even maybe locally, I mean, a Walmart or wherever, you may not get that
it's a fresh
request.
Product, and they make it.
In Purvis.
Yeah.
But the difference here, that what I'm trying to point out here, is that you can't go do that in every store. You can't go, you know what, Forrest, I want to get this, and it'll get done here. And if you go to a large store, the mechanics that are set up are so crazy that you can never get the item approved.
Yeah, there's a lot of channels that items have to go through. And you know that, trying to get in big distribution centers, and it's hard. It's hard, and you got to have a market for it. But yeah, we pick and choose, but not everybody gets in. But
right.
If you got a good product, we'd love to have it.
Yeah, well, and that's good for the local people out there to know that you can buy local. One of my questions is, what does the Roberts Company give back to the community? Well, one of the ways right here we just talked about is that you support local vendors and manufacturers and farmers, and that helps everybody. That money stays in the circulation right here, which is important for the economy, instead of going out and nothing wrong with buying things from California, but if you can get it local.
We buy, we don't buy everything local, but, we sure do like local.
You're saving transportation, gas, so it's helping the economy and it's helping the environment as well, and so it's a win-win for everybody. So you mentioned a bench having a bench strength. So I know your family's been in athletics. Tell us about your relationship with USM and your dad and what y'all did. And don't be bashful about saying what you've done over there on what you've given, to the school.
Yeah. Well, first of all, USM is our anchor here as far as our country.
Most definitely.
So, and I've always recognized that. My dad's always recognized it. He loved his university, and he was a big lover of athletics. He was in the Sports Hall of Fame, and he played golf out there way back.
Yeah. The end of the day.
Probably when they had hickory sheds. No, no, but so yeah, Southern Miss has always been one of our. We've always gave, and and we want the athletics teams to do well because that brings people in. We like to do events during homecoming, home ball games. We want to see the pageantry and colors, and all the fans come to the game. But it's this part of our. I grew up doing it, so
right.
So it's something that my dad always did, and we just carry on.
I've got a good story. This goes to the old Sunflower. I was in the Sunflower a long time ago. I don't know if I was working at Rocket City Diner or what, but I lived back in Mandalay over there, which is close to this store. I was in there, and I think it was pretty busy. And your mom was strolling through with a cart. She was shopping, and so the line got backed up. And she immediately went up front, and she was nice about it, but she's very firm. And she said, "We need to get somebody up here to get these people checked out." And immediately, I don't think those people knew who she was. Maybe they did.
Yeah,
they were in line, but they, she helped them. And I said, that's the way you need to do it. But she didn't get mad, which I may have done. But she calmly took care of the situation.
Was, a driving force behind our success. My mother.
Yeah.
She had the work ethic and knew how business needed to be run. And like you said, she doesn't get mad or blow up. She knew that when she said probably spoke, they
listened. Yeah. That was it was. I remember that though. It's been years. I mean, it was a long time ago, and
that's a funny story.
It's pretty funny. And I thought, well, that's the way you need to take care of your business that way. And the main what I took away from that was she cared about the customers,
right.
And she handled it in a way that didn't to beat down on the employees.
Right.
So she handled it well.
Very graceful.
Then she went back about her shopping.
Right.
So and she supported me when I first got into business with buying cookies and buying gifts and I remember that. I didn't deal with your dad a lot,
She came
but
to me, and I think were you from Vicksburg, I believe.
Yes.
And she said, "This young man from Vicksburg's
Yeah.
got the best." I think maybe cheese straws.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
do remember that.
So all right, tell me, what are the plans for the future? We know you got 19 or 20 now.
It was Lincoln Road will be number 20.
Number 20.
Well, I think the plans are to grow. And David is the president of the company, and he has his vision, as I had my vision when I took over from my dad. And I think he has a realistic vision. We talked about it a lot. It's to grow more stores. We got, like you said, I told you earlier, we got to have bench strength to grow. I mean, you can build the prettiest,
Got to have those
fanciest
people.
store, but if you don't have the people to run them and to take care of the customers and make people mad all the time, you won't be in business.
You'll be in trouble quick.
You'll be in trouble
You're
quick. And so, we got to keep growing our team, and we have some. Hopefully, we have some new stores on the horizon.
So, did you work with your dad some when you were in charge? Once you took over, was he still? Was he still?
Daddy came to the office every day, and he loved it.
Is this the same model? So you're kind of going around.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah. Same time frame.
He never quit.
Yeah. so you're saying you are quitting one day?
Well, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Jeff. I mean,
you like it though.
Time, well, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
And it's like cooking's in your blood, and you'll probably do it. But
who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have a lot of freedom to do it all.
And how old is Dave? He's 29. You said
28.
28. So what are some of the things he sees that are a little different than you? Or is there any?
Oh, he's a student. He's a student of the business. He really does his research, which I did too. But it's just younger people think different than we do.
Right. Yeah. Well, we've got younger people filming us, so thank goodness.
They're laughing over here.
Yeah, they are laughing, and good reason.
That way, I'm not saying we're dinosaurs, but
no,
it's good to have a young spin on things.
So when to get out of the way.
Yes.
Do you ever clash on ideas or? Yeah. We won't go into detail,
no, it's good. It's healthy. We discuss it, figure it out.
Yeah. Do you have got other kids?
Yes, I have 2 daughters.
Yeah, and they're not in the business.
No, one lives here and one lives in Jackson, and they have babies and they're busy taking care of families.
So the one in Jackson can go shopping and she can do like your mom did. She can make sure that everything.
She lives right next to the north side
really?
store. Yes, she lives over in Eastover, and I get pictures and all kinds of things when she goes shopping.
Oh, really? Well, that's the advent of the phone now. You're instantly there. So
and it's not all bad. Dad, y'all have blah. I've been wanting y'all to get that. And she has young kids, so she wants all the stuff that the kids like in their lunchboxes.
Right. So when your dad was around, was there corner market then or no? So he saw that change.
So Dad, he passed away in 2012.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was around. He was very proud of the first corner market. The funny story. We had one of my ideas was putting a coffee shop in the front up there, and then that was one of my ideas that didn't work.
Yeah.
Because Starbucks built right
at
the same time in the parking lot,
Yeah.
But we had a bar, the bar stools, and he would sit at the bar with the bar stools and greet everybody. He loved it. I mean, just sit there. And that's the way he passed. Besides hitting golf balls, I think that was probably one of his favorite things to do.
Yeah. So this is in the little coffee shop.
Yeah. It was right when you walked in the door. It was to the right. We ended up not doing the coffee. after I bought espresso machines and all that. But we turned it into a cake decorating facility.
And you do a lot of that now.
We do a ton of it.
So I know the pedal store.
It all works out.
They have that out there. I went in the pedal store today and picked up some chicken because I was short on what I needed.
Right.
And I always see that. I look at my cookies and make sure they're dusted and everything.
Yeah, make
But,
sure we're taking care of them.
But I have to say,
Run them up.
there are other stores in town. They're all fine and dandy, and there's good people that work at all those. But in the corner market, what you'll find, and a lot of you guys out there already shop here, you get service, and you can always contact this man or the management team, and they'll help you in any way they can. They really care about what they're doing, and that's, you may see that in some stores, but you don't. In a chain, it's hard to get. It's hard to grasp that.
And if there's an item that we don't have, just contact get with somebody in the store, customer service desk. They'll write it down. If we can get it, we can get it. It's.
What do you think your dad would say today at this store? He hadn't seen. He never saw this. So.
He would love it.
Is this store? What's the square footage on this?
50,000.
50,000 square feet. It's big.
Yeah, it's a nice size.
Were you nervous about doing it?
Oh yeah,
moving from the smaller to the bigger and investing that money in.
Yes, I was very nervous, but it was a move that I felt confident with. Comfortable in. Somebody asked me, one of my buddies, like, where's your extra business going to come from?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know, but I think if we build it, it'll come.
Yeah.
And I have. The community is.
So there was a gut feeling. It wasn't an accounting based legal.
Well, we do all these market analysis when we go into this store. But this one was different because I knew we were going to do it. And market analysis costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hey, take
that to pay for those cappuccino machines from a long time ago.
I said, we're going, so, and we did our team did a great job designing it.
Yeah.
And,
it's easy to navigate.
It's easy to navigate.
And it's open, and the high ceilings.
We have everything kind of floated perfect. So, deli, we call it a power.
A what?
A power.
Power alley. Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
Yeah. Well, it's a good name. It works. I was telling you earlier before we started the interview process that my wife comes in and she goes to the sushi area, and the lady starts making the sushi before she gets there because she already knows what she wants. So it's the little things you get, but I mean, and it's good. I mean, we go to restaurants too and eat sushi,
Right.
but it's high quality.
They do a great job.
Some of it you used to get in places. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was.
When we do so much business in sushi here, it's fresh.
Would you ever thought of that years ago? You'd be selling sushi and having somebody making it
That
fresh.
rolling it in the store.
Yeah.
I've always dreamed of it, but I didn't know it would take off like that.
Well, I think from what you've done in the past, working with your dad, moving forward, handing it over to your son, the vision that you've had is kind of meshed together here.
Right.
And if you drive by in the parking lot, it's you have to stop and let a lot of people walk back and forth.
Right.
So you understand that means it's busy. So, well, look, I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this episode, and
I appreciate you doing this for the store.
well, we're glad to do it, and we wish you luck, and maybe I'll have your son on in maybe a couple of years.
Yeah.
We'll
I almost bowed out and let him do this.
we'll get him next time.
Yeah,
So
get
we'll
him
have a
next
little
time.
history there, and we'll see what he's got to say. Maybe it'll be a little
He's
controversy.
He's a
So.
little more polished than I am.
Is he real? Well, I'm not polished either, so you hope that your kids are more polished than you are, especially after you pay for the education. So,
Exactly.
brother,
Thank you.
good to see you. Yes,
All
sir.
right.